Alrighty, hello everybody. Hi, it's Ann Gordon from Live Life Travel. Sorry for missing out on the last two Fridays, but as you know, I was very busy at work down in the Caribbean checking out all of the amazing resorts that we're going to be posting about in the group, and also hopefully sending one of you guys to next Friday. So my first stop in St. Martin was Secret St. Martin, and it was fabulous, like so great. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to hop on, but I had trouble making the event today. I hope that you got the post that we're gonna do 1 o'clock today. And as a reminder, the big one, the big Facebook Friday Live is next Friday, because you have to be live in order to be eligible to win. And we'll also talk a little bit more today about those, the rules there for that. Where are my silly little notes? Excuse me for one moment. How crazy. Oh, here they are. So anyway, Secrets St. Martin. It was a pretty easy flight. If you're going out of New York City, it's obviously direct flight. And if you're coming out of Albany, it's a connection. I connected through Charlotte, which is my favorite airport to connect through, but I'm American Airline Miles, million miler, by the way, which I am so proud of. So I like to get my points, and so I stay loyal. But out of Albany, like literally have to fly through somewhere to get anywhere. So I prefer to try to stick to Charlotte. I do go through Philly a lot, but I try to avoid it in the winter if possible, and definitely don't mind flying through Chicago, which a lot of people don't like, but in the winter I definitely try to avoid it. So, and you'll see that when we plan for you. They're obviously cheaper tickets, but you're obviously taking a risk. With that said, I flew through Charlotte on the way home and had like a 6-hour delay because Cleveland, the plane got snowed in Cleveland. So like there's no guarantees, but it was actually fine. So anyway, back to St. Martin. Secrets was really great. It's a new resort. It was supposed to open before COVID, but then COVID happened, so they had a delayed launch. It's an adults only, all-inclusive resort, and it's really, really beautiful. It is not a resort to go to if you one of your must-haves is oceanfront, ocean view. That's not what this resort is. But what I loved about this resort is because St. Martin is such a mountainous, like lush, beautiful island. It's similar to St. Lucia in that way. Very green, lush, mountainous. This resort happens to be snuggled in between two mountains. So it is literally, it's like your own secret beach and cove, and it's so cozy and beautiful, and the beach is really, really beautiful. So it's definitely it's definitely high on my list in terms of resorts that I would return to. And of course, adults only, all inclusive. How can you go wrong, especially with a honeymoon? What they did do with the remodel was they added a lot of swim out rooms, which were great. So they have, they only have a couple of swim out rooms that are like a 2-story suite that are kind of up towards the front. And then there's a row of like 4 or 5 buildings that face the harbor. So you have like a canal view where the boats go in and out because there's a harbor in there. And those have an up and a down, but most are either or. And so those swim out pools were really, really nice too. And I actually stayed in one of those and have lots of pictures of that room and that pool out back. And it's beautiful because the back actually has like a separate living space, and the bathroom was beautiful. And everything's brand new. Like everything, even not only the new buildings, but the older buildings, like studs up renovation. So the outer part of the building may look a little older, but when you go inside, any single room, 100% of the rooms were renovated, upgraded, like new everything. Studs up reno. So it's definitely, no matter which room you're in, you are going to be in a brand new room that is so beautiful. Like comfortable bed, great colors, really comfortable everything. I have no complaints. And they had entertainment at night. The people were fun. Met lots of people in the pool. There was a couple of groups there. No weddings while I was there. But I was there kind of like during the week. So that was to be expected. I'm just checking my notes over here. Forgive me. But the color blue Caribbean harbor, like the Caribbean water, was perfect. And like, I guess in St. Martin, it's like there's like the best beaches have that perfect color, like that just perfect color. And this was one of them. And then there's certain ones that don't, but for the most part, it's like just beautiful. And it's great. And so you do need a car to leave the property. And St. Martin is actually a really fascinating island because it's half French and half Dutch. So talk about like going to a Caribbean island where you can drive around on the same, it's the same side of the road as the US, and the car, like same side of the car. So it's actually quite like easy to drive around. It is a very mountainous island. However, you do need a car to get around. There's several different there's 3 main towns. They all offer different things. And of course, the cuisine in St. Martin is like, it's such a foodie's paradise because of the international influences and flavors, and from both the French and the Dutch side. And of course we can, when we book your travel, we are full of personalized, local and professional and personal, local, personal, and professional recommendations with some notes, so you can decide what's best for you. And then of course you could talk to your concierge at the hotel, but there is just something for everyone. And there's so many unique things about the island that you will not find on any other island. So I really, really enjoyed St. Martin. I had been there twice before. I've only stayed at the Belmond La Semana, which I loved. So I never even left the property. I'm so embarrassed to say that. But it's the Belmond La Semana also has like probably one of the best beaches I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful property. So God, I just never wanted to leave. Sometimes when you're on vacation, you just want to be on vacation, but I always, regretted not getting out there and seeing things. So I'm glad that I did this time, and I have a lot of other things to share. But after Secrets St. Martin, I moved over to the Sonesta Ocean Point, which is another adults-only, all-inclusive resort, which is the sister property, which is right next door, is Sonesta Maho Beach. And if you're not familiar, Maho Beach, M-A-H-O, is the famous beach where the Sunset Beach Bar is, where the international and, all flights come in and land in the St. Martin airport. And if you haven't figured this out yet, the airport code for St. Martin is SXM. Thought I'd give you guys that little clue here. So make sure you're paying attention. So that was awesome because I had never stayed on that side of the island. So now I feel like I've stayed almost like in every little corner. I still have another corner to go, but I really can't wait to go back. It was fabulous. Really fun place. And so the Maho Beach is where the planes come over that beach and land, and like people duck because the planes get so close to the beach, and it's crazy. Like, so my balcony overlooked the water and the airport. So like the planes would go right by my room, like zoom, and land. And so I was totally a travel nerd, and like for the first day, just got like figured out the flight patterns. Like I wanted to know exactly what time everything was going to land, and I was really fascinated with how far in between each flight they were landing people. I actually would like to talk to the director of operations for the airport because I think that it could be done much, much more efficiently than they're doing it. After seeing how they're doing it, I just really don't think that it's being optimized. But anyway, you know, I have enough to do. But it does bother me. Getting to know Anne on Facebook Live Friday. Welcome to Anne. So anyway, I kind of got really obsessed with watching the planes come in because it's kind of one of those things that the only other place I've been that close to doing that is like the TWA hotel at JFK, which was, they have a rooftop infinity pool, which is so cool. But you get close to seeing the big planes, but then they go and they take off and they do the runway, and that's a little further away. But it does get cool at night because you can, like at JFK, because you can see the planes coming in, and you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, like in a row, like that are ready to come in. Like, you know, every minute there's like a plane landing, and you know, it's always fun to play that game. Like, ooh, where is the plane coming from? And then they usually pull over and park in front of you, and you're like, oh, it's Air France. Well, it's probably, you know, Paris, but sometimes not, because Air France travels to a lot of places. But so JFK and TWA Hotel is actually really fun, more fun at night than it is during the day to watch plane watching, not swimming. But for the St. Martin Airport, it was a lot of small planes because St. Martin is, of course, a 60-minute ferry ride to St. Bart's and a 30-minute ferry ride to Anguilla. So a lot of people will fly internationally into St. Martin since Anguilla and and St. Bart's don't have, excuse me, large airports, even though it was announced last week that American is going to be starting to fly direct from Miami to Anguilla, which is huge, huge news. Like, that's a game changer for that island, and that island's awesome. We'll get to that in a second. So anyway, obsessed with the planes, really fun to watch, but really a daytime activity in St. Martin. There's really no planes that land at night. It kind of just stops. So, and if you're going there, I would say I could check my flight pattern, but it is pretty much between 1 and 5 o'clock. That is the prime time when Air France lands 2, JetBlue lands 2, American lands 2, Delta lands 1, Frontier lands there. Travel geek. But it was really fun. It was a fun activity. It probably kept me inside a little more than I should have been, but I did go to Maho Beach, and you have to be careful because that when they take off, the jet engine stuff like totally like wipes out the sand and makes this whole ripple effect in the water, and it's kind of insane. But that was also really fun to watch. And There was a wedding there actually, and I do have pictures and some video, not of the actual wedding because I had to go over to Sunset Beach, the bar, since that's like a popular place to go and check that out. And the food was really good there. And I watched planes land from there. And then on my walk home, I had a plane land or take off right when I was there, and I ran, and that's on Facebook somewhere. But it was a sunset and a plane taking off at the same time, and I was running for my life because I did not want to get stuck in that. Anyway, I digress. So let's see. So that was pretty much St. Martin. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Secrets, St. Martin, they did not have a nightclub, but they have entertainment every night. They have mostly kings. They had some double queens for groups, but not many. And all the rooms have balconies with outdoor space, which I also thought was a great thing. And the whole, the privacy and the snuggled between the mountains is so amazing. That was really great too. They also have hibachi, which you can go to with reservations. That was a lot of fun. And and they also, I did aqua biking, soul cycle in the water with a bike, and that was so much fun too. And I met a lot of great other ladies in the pool doing that, and that was we laughed our way through that. And they have water volleyball, bocce, cornhole, water aerobics, lots of activities during the day. They have some karaoke. They have a lot of music and bands that play. And then the shop was really little. It wasn't like a all-out boutique. There's so much shopping on the island, so that wasn't, but it had everything that you would need. And then they also had room service, but I will say that the Secrets does not have a secret door. And my favorite part about Secrets is the secret door. But that's okay. But I love the secret door. Anyway, the pool was also great. They do have service at the beach and pool. They had floats in the pool, which is such a huge thing for me. I love when they have floats in the pool. And they were, even though they were at a pretty high occupancy, there was always a float if you wanted to use it. So I love that. Not to just lay out on, but just to put your arms on and just have something to kind of hold you up. So yeah, so that was great. Let's see what else. Oh, and also for St. Martin, for the French side, you need to bring an electrical converter with you, like you're going to France. So that's something that I forgot. I thought about it, and then I was like, the hotel will have it in the room. Well, they didn't, so it got taken care of. They hooked me up, but definitely something that we will put on your pack list when you're going to the French side of St. Martin is that converter. Not needed on the Dutch side, which is why I've only stayed on the Dutch side, so I really didn't put that together so well. Also, my favorite, let me see if I can find this. Yes, my favorite excursion that I did, which is right next door to Secrets. Hi, Maria. My favorite excursion that I did from Secrets St. Martin, which is so close, literally a 2-minute taxi ride. I didn't get a car because I wasn't from there, because I wasn't really planning on driving around myself, and I just was going to use cabs and stuff, but I would definitely recommend getting a car, especially if you're more than just one person, and I was just one person. So there's a day trip, a ferry that you can take, it's literally you can't really walk there because you're going over a mountain to get out of the property, but it's called Pinell Island, Pinel, and it was so awesome. They have 2 restaurants and bars on the island, and it's basically a bunch of people hanging out on a beach with 2 restaurants and a bar all day. And people take their boats there. You can rent kayaks and go over. And if I were going to do this again, I would 100% do the kayak option and not the ferry option. The ferry was fine. It's $12 round trip. But, you know, like if you stay, like I went towards the end of the day and had lunch and left. And so the ferry was a little hard to get onto at the end because like it's just a little crowded because everyone wants to stay till the end. And it's not that far to kayak. And that would be an excursion in and of itself. So that would be a fun thing for me. And you can also, there's walking trails there. You can go snorkeling. And then there's another day trip to Tintamar, which is another island, which I did not go to. I did Pinell because it was right next to Secrets, and that's what we would definitely recommend 100% of the time for anyone going there. It's a not to be missed excursion. It was very, very cool. So I could talk about St. Martin forever, but we're going to try to move on to Anguilla. Since I also went to Anguilla, I took the ferry, which was a half an hour over to the Anguilla side. You do have to go through customs. It's a different country. I did need to get, you know, tested and all that stuff. You know, don't want to spend all the time here talking about that. That changes daily, so would be a waste. But there I stayed at Zemi Beach House on Shoal Bay, and oh my God, the resort was phenomenal, and the water, the color of the water and the sand, it's like Caribbean heaven. I literally wish I could have stayed there for the rest of winter. It was so great. And the Thai spa that they have there. The Thai spa was built in Chiang Mai, Thailand 300 years ago, and then disassembled and reassembled at Zemi Beach House. So it is like, and I love Thailand. So I felt right at home at the spa. And my masseuse was from Bali, and she was so good and so nice. The one thing about both St. Martin and Anguilla is that the people are so nice. It's such a pleasure talking to them and getting to know them, and you know, and they live on an island, so you know it's nice for them to meet people too, and it's interesting to hear about where they're from or if they travel. So it's really it's how I feel about all travel. I just love meeting other people from around the world. It's such an insight into our world. It's amazing. You learn so much. So I have posted already the beachfront 2-bedroom that can be a 3-bedroom at Zemi Beach House, which is like unbelievably stunning. It has like these like glass walls, like 360 panoramic views of the Anguilla Shoal Bay Beach, which is like gorgeous. And the color is, I tagged Crayola because I was like, you definitely missed naming one of your blues, because I just found my favorite color and it's called Anguilla Blue, and I mean it. And it's just perfect. I could stare at it all day long, and just it makes me happy. It's kind of like Hawaii. I felt like Hawaii was like the color of a rainbow, and like that great blue. It's just, it makes you happy when you have those colors around you, like bright, fun, beautiful colors and sunshine. So they also had a bunch of plunge pools in many rooms. They had some pools on the roof. They had an adults only pool that included a lap pool. They had a pool down by the beach. that was family friendly, that had awesome day beds and awesome cabanas that you do not have to reserve and you do not have to pay for. It's first come, first serve. There was never a problem getting any seat anywhere. The beach butlers are tremendous. The service at the pool and the beach were tremendous. Can't say enough about it. They set you up wherever you want. It was just a very lovely, lovely way to vacation there. They really, and I was there for Thanksgiving, and it felt like a really comfortable and nice place to be. So I was happy that I was there. They also have live music at night, which was really good. They have a rum room that I believe opens at 6, and get this, it's so fun. So it says 6 p.m. to late. That's the closing time, late. I love it. And then of course the food was so good. Loved it. So let's see my other notes here. Yeah, so and I think like Zemi would be a great honeymoon resort. It was Thanksgiving week, so there wasn't a lot of kids there, and the kids that were there were I didn't even really notice them. They were very quiet and playing in sand. I actually have a really cute picture of 3 kids playing in sand by the water. That's super adorable. And then, yeah, I met a bunch of couples there. Super nice. Some honeymooners, some people that just got engaged. Can't say enough. It just makes you feel like you have your own beach house and you never want to leave. And so who doesn't want to go there, right? And stare at the water all day. And then I did also, while I was in Anguilla, since I have never been personally to the Belmont Capjaluca, which is in Anguilla also, I went over there for a tour and had dinner with my sales lady, who was wonderful. So Irma was September 2017. Belmont bought the property in 2017 and then reopened it in December 2018. I went a little early so I could check out the Cap Shack, because I had to go check out the Cap Shack, and it was awesome. I feel like I would really spend a lot of time at Cap Shack. The sweet potato fries, the tacos, like everything was just fish tacos, and while Zemi Beach faces like away from St. Martin, the Belmont Capjaluca, you have a view of St. Martin, so you can see the mountains and everything. I think I was there around like, it was still light out, but the beach wasn't as bright of a blue, but it was such a beautiful, beautiful long stretch of beach. So every person has their private beach where the chairs are set up for the exact amount of people that are staying in that unit. So it's very private. You really have your own space. They had bicycles on the property, which were so cute. And so no one's assigned a bike. You can literally use just any bike you see. You just pick it up, use it, and drop it off at the restaurant, and then whoever comes out of the restaurant, they use it, they drop it off at the the common. It's kind of like a bike share with that's free. It's actually really neat. Because it's stretched out on such a long bay, it is like a far walk to get from one side to the other, but they also have golf carts that come with the suites. So the suites the golf carts are included with the suites and the first round of the mini bar. And then otherwise everyone has the opportunity to rent a golf cart, and it wasn't that expensive. It was like $50 a night to rent a golf cart, and if I was there, I would definitely do that. Probably for nighttime you'd want the golf cart. But you know what? Walking is so great when you're in the Caribbean. So I guess it depends who you're traveling with. If you have parents, they're coming with you. I mean, this is a honeymoon group, so you know, I guess if you're wearing your heels and you don't want to walk home or bring your flip-flops in your beach bag or your nice, you know, if you have a little clutch and you can't pack your walking shoes, or you maybe want to walk home on the beach and carry your shoes, you know, you don't need a golf cart. It's just really convenience. And so you don't drive your bikes drunk or the golf cart. The Capjaluca is also very family friendly. It is not an adults only resort, and neither are all inclusives. They are, they're both European style, meaning that they're just not all inclusive. So they actually have a kids club there. It was there. I wasn't there for long enough to notice the kids because I didn't stay there, but, it sounded like they had a really great kids program. So, families welcome. And they have these really great pool villas, which the pool was like a real size pool, and you can make it into, I believe, let's see if I have this right. Oh yeah. A 5-bedroom can share a pool villa, but you can also do the pool villa just with 1 bedroom and shut off the doors to the other 4 bedrooms, and they can be rented out separately to other people you don't even know. But the 1 bedroom in the front has the kitchen, dining room, living room, terrace, and then the pool, the big pool's like in the courtyard where the other doors would be. But the pool was like impressive. It was a big size. The smaller ones in the front were a little smaller. And then the pools at Zemi were like literally like in the sky, like floating, and they were awesome. Really cool. They also, the Belmont Capjaluca had a VW bus, which I loved, which will take you anywhere. It doesn't really go off property, but they said it would if you wanted it to. It has a license to, but it really stays on property to bring you back and forth from dinner. So if you don't have a golf cart, you can call the VW bus. And I have pictures of that also that I will post, and they are awesome. Let's see. So, and there also is wheelchair access as well. And the names of the buildings are different colors of the rainbow in the cities of Morocco. So I thought that was really fascinating too. So that is, that's the 2 resorts I saw in Anguilla. And overall, I just think the island should be on everyone's list. It's small. Has some of the best beaches. Highly recommend going to Sandy Island and getting the lobster. One of the best day trips ever. They have half-day trips. Snorkeling is amazing there. Like, the water is just perfect. So sunset sails are great too. But you know, you just can't go wrong. It's, you know, and now with the flights going right into the Anguilla airport, that's great. So you can fly into St. Martin and take a ferry over, or a commuter flight. You can fly into Puerto Rico and take like Silver Air or a private jet. And now you can go from Miami direct, I believe on American, into Anguilla, which is a first. So that is exciting. More ways to get there. We love that. So that is my update and sneak peek into my trip to St. Martin and Anguilla, and it was great. So, let's see here. I did want to also remind you that next week we have, next week we are actually pulling for the winner for the Secret St. Martin Sweepstakes, which is huge. So if you guys haven't read the rules yet of what is required to win the promotion, they are listed on our website, livelifetravel.world. Just to go over a few of the easier ones, you must have agreed to all of the rules in our Facebook site. which is the Honeymoon, live and interactive honeymoon web Facebook group that we're in now. You must be active in the group, so you must be posting and interacting in the group. If you're not an active member, you are not eligible to win. And it's been said before, the more active you are, the better your chances are, but it's also a random selection. But, you know, since we haven't had much activity, we haven't really had a chance to kind of like work with the point system and throw people extra anything. So we're just hoping we get like everyone can at least contribute at least like 5 posts in the next week, like to be a little more active in the group. And we'll definitely, you can go back and look at past posts, and we're going to be very active in the group this week to make it easy for you guys to engage. This group was created by me and Gordon, who I own, and I'm the owner and founder of Live Life Travel, because we do a lot of honeymoons, and we haven't been able to go to a bridal show in a couple of years, and I really, really miss that personal connection with our couples. I love meeting you guys in person. I love answering your questions. I love talking to you and sharing what I can about, you know, where you want to go. And, you know, I feel like there's a lot of ways that I can be helpful, and am helpful when I talk to couples who are talking about honeymoons, especially when they're planning a wedding, or during a time like this when, you know, planning travel is even challenging for us, and we are professionals, and this is our career and our job and my company. So it's not easy, and that's okay to admit that it's not easy. I mean, even if it was easy, using a travel advisor just elevates your experience. We always make things better for you because we want you guys to have the best time of your life. Like, honeymoons are amazing. They're such a special trip for a couple. So we love working with our honeymoon couples. We love making sure that we do everything in our power to make sure that your dream trip is the best it can be, and also as customized to what you both want. And sometimes not every couple wants the same thing. So we also, you know, it's great to work with both of you, and, you know, there's a lot of factors to consider when you're planning travel. So we are able to work with you on a personal level and understand, get to know you and understand what you guys want, and like, and your must-haves and all of that fun stuff. And then we're also able to emotionally take ourselves out of the equation and get the job done. And we're very good at it. We're very efficient at it. And then negotiate the best possible rates and amenities, and then bring it back to you, and then work with you from, you know, the time that we decide to work together after our first call to when you return home. Like, we're with you the whole way. So yeah, so the group was created to really form a community, for you guys to also find each other, because, you know, some of you might have gotten married a year ago and still haven't taken a honeymoon because it hasn't been safe to travel, or you haven't been able to travel to where your dream honeymoon location is. Some of you might be newly engaged and just starting to think about a honeymoon or travel, or when you should start planning. You know, it's a very unprecedented time that I usually know exactly who's in the group or who we're talking to, because it's a very traditional setup. All right, we're going to get engaged. We're going to be engaged for 1 to 3 years sometimes, but then like every time it's, you know, 9 to 12 months before the wedding, we know that we're going to start talking about the honeymoon. And especially, and it really depends on where you want to go as well, like when you start planning. Like, there's so many factors to understand about, you know, every destination's different. So now we're just kind of trying to catch up with you guys and see and say, like, what's up? Like, who got married? Who's rescheduling their wedding still? Who's eloping? Who's retying the knot? Who's planning a honeymoon? How can we help you? How can we answer your questions? So we hope that this is a service and building a community for all of you. I am going to be bringing in special guests and featuring hotels and properties and destinations that you might not have even considered or heard of. So I'm really excited about that. We want to grow our community. If you have engaged friends, please invite them in. And then, you know, and you're welcome to stay after your honeymoon, but we also have another group that's focused on luxury travel that you can move right into and still stay a part of our Live Life Travel family, because we do really love the people we work with. We're small, we're boutique, and yeah, that's about it. So, and you can also be in the group and not work with us at all, and that's okay. You can just ask us questions, and we just want to be here as a resource because we are all in this together, and it has been a very, very hard 2 years in many aspects. So we want to be here as a support and to help create a community for everyone else that's out there who's, you know, just been out there. Everyone's been out there. We're here. So I think that is all I have for today. I think that's plenty. I'm definitely going to post in the group to remind people about the rules. You must be live on Facebook next Friday, December 10th at 1 p.m. Eastern time to be eligible to win. If you are not on the Facebook Live, you cannot win the prize. You have got to agree to the Facebook group rules, and you have to be active in the group to be eligible as well. You also have to be actively planning a honeymoon, that is what the group is about. And all of these rules are posted on our website at livelifetravel.world. And if at any point you are ready to start planning your honeymoon, on the same website, livelifetravel.world, you can just press that big orange button that says, let's start planning. You will then fill out a very short intake form to give us some information about dates and how to get in touch with you. And then we will send you our calendar link, and within 24 or 48 hours, we will be on the phone and getting to know you and starting to plan and talk about your honeymoon. So we love travel. We love our clients. We love honeymoons, and we're so excited to get back out there and to make these connections with you guys. I do want to make one last announcement that we will be actually at, let me just pull up the date so I don't mess it up. We will be at a bridal show in person. I will probably have a mask on, but that's okay. Where's my calendar? I can never find anything when I want it. Just want to make sure I don't mess up the state. So we are going to be at a bridal show in January. It's my favorite bridal show of the year. We have done it every year for like the past 6 years. And the date is, one more month. It is Sunday, January 9th at the Albany Marriott. And I believe it's 1 to 6 p.m. I will post the link in the Facebook group. There are great prizes, great vendors. We will be giving away awesome travel totes. We are putting some more great surprises together for, you know, the first 50 people at our table. We'll also have another honeymoon giveaway that you can enter. We're not giving it away at the show. It's going to be we're not giving it away at the show, but we will have another honeymoon for you to enter at that bridal show, but you must be present at the bridal show. And we're working it so you can actually, instead of our iPads, you can enter on your own phone. Very COVID friendly. So we can't wait to meet you in person in January at the Albany Marriott if you are local. If you're not, when you're ready, click that orange button. Let's start planning on livelifetravel.world. And if you're wanting to go to St. Martin, Secret St. Martin, adults only, all inclusive, 3 nights, you must be active in the group. You must agree to the rules of the Facebook group. Terms and conditions on the website. And yes, and you must be active. So post. We will create some really inviting things to make things interactive in the group this week. And you also must be live next Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So hopefully I'll see all of you here, and have a great week and happy Friday and have an awesome weekend. And this is Anne signing off. Live Life Travel Facebook Friday Live. And today is December 3rd, 2021. Livelifetravel.world. Thanks, everyone.